Hang on a minute. This isn't Arena. No, this is quite obviously Baldur's Gate 3. This has been one of my favorite games recently. I've played through it a couple of times, absolutely love it, and I've been wanting to do another playthrough, and I've been wanting to do it here on the channel, because, you know, why not? So, and of course patch 5 rolled out quite recently, so it seems like a good time. Anyway, yes, a couple of things to say before I get started. Yeah, okay, so a couple of things to say before we get started. First of all, this isn't going to be a strictly in-character Let's Play like Arena. I'm not going to do, like, only in-character commentary. I have a character in mind. I'm going to be doing, you know, I'm going to be making decisions that the character would make, but I'm not going to be talking in her voice all the time. Also, just to be clear, this is not going to get in the way of the Arena and larger Elder Scrolls playthrough at all. I don't really plan on having a set schedule for this, or at least I haven't thought of one yet. I guess it'll depend on, you know, what I'm able to do. I want this to be more of kind of a laid-back thing. Elder Scrolls playthrough, that's going to be the main focus on the channel. This is just to get a bit of variety, you know? And, anyway, let's hit new game. And, yes, I am going for a custom difficulty. And I think I want the enemy aggression on Tactician. That's one of my favorite things in, like, game difficulty is when the harder difficulty settings don't necessarily make the enemies stronger, but make them more efficient and more, like, more willing to recognize and exploit openings. Single save, I'm not gonna check that. I mean, I'm going to try to stick to doing no reloads, but I'm not going to check single save because since I'm recording this, I want to be, you know, proof against, like, crashes and problems like that. If something goes hideously wrong with, like, a bug or something in a way that, like, really fucks up the playthrough, I don't want to be stuck with that. But in terms of, you know, everything functioning correctly, I am going to try to not reload. Enemy aggression, Tactician. Character power, I'm going to keep that at balanced. I generally don't like when the player and the enemies are playing by different rules. Kind of that goes into what I was saying earlier. I do prefer when the difficulty is not rules being biased in the enemy's favor so much as the enemy just being better at the game, essentially. That said, enemy loadouts, this I am going to put on Tactician because that's not really... They're still, like, I don't know, that's what I'm going to go with. Additional combat mechanics, I'm going to keep that unbalanced. I'm not entirely sure what it means by mechanics. I think that's, like, environmental obstacles, and I'm not actually sure. Actually, you know, I am going to... Can I change these after... Because I know you can't pick custom mode during a game. You have to pick custom at the start. But see, single save specifies this setting can't be changed once the game starts, which implies that the rest can. So I'm not going to worry a huge amount. Enemy critical hits? Yes. This is good. I do want to do the death saving throw mechanic. Do want to disable 3 first strike. Camp cost multiplier. I played on... My first 2 playthroughs were on balanced, and... I just had so many supplies. I didn't have to worry about that at all. It was like... not... Basically, the mechanic may as well not have existed. So I'm going to crank that all the way up. Short rest, full heal, no thanks. Trader price modifier. Let's bump that up to 3. Because I do want to, like, have to manage my resources and stuff. Always prompt reactions. Oh, multiclassing. I'm not going to multiclass, but I'm going to leave it enabled as an option. I just don't really like multiclassing. Always prompt reactions. Definitely. Because I always, like, go into the settings and check all of those, or uncheck, or whatever. Because, you know, it's really annoying when my characters waste their reaction on, like, an opportunity attack when there's something much better they could be doing, or whatever. Hide failed perception rolls. Oh, this I'm gonna leave as is. Hide failed perception rolls, definitely enable, because, like, if the roll fails, but you get a big old roll failed thing on the screen, like, you know something's up. Hide passive rolls in dialogue. Again, yes, I kind of preview dialogue check difficulty before rolling. No. Hide difficulty class during rolls. Yes. So these 3 here, set the way they are, kind of the way I see that is it's gonna take away the temptation to play to the numbers. If I don't see the numbers clearly, I'll have to go more on intuition, have to go more on what I think my character's judgment would be, and that's more how I prefer to play the game. So I really like that they've added these as options. Anyway. Yes. Let's begin. Yes, good old Mind Flayers and Githyanki and all manner of shenanigans. Not exactly the most wholesome situation we found ourselves in. Then again, I suppose everything is fine and there aren't any gross, creepy alien parasites isn't really the most engaging start to a story. I don't know how many times I've seen this intro by this point, but that scene never gets any more fun to watch. I don't enjoy that. Okay, here she is. This is Amity. No relation to the character in my Steam profile picture. Yes, as you can see, Mephistopheles Tiefling Bard. Background urchin. She grew up on the streets of Baldur's Gate. She learned to play the lyre. I mean, you'll get to know her as I play through the game. Right now, her name sums her up pretty nicely, because she chose that name for a reason. You know, that's... I'm not super well versed in D&D lore. I should probably mention that, but I have, you know, read up a little bit. I know the tieflings sometimes will, like, pick a virtue name, a name that, like, represents a quality they want to embody, and she chose the name Amity. So that... I mean, really, that should give you a basic idea of the kind of person we're dealing with here.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Ah, now this bit, I must admit, I never, like, fully customize. I always just hit random until I get a character who I think my character would find hot, which is most of them, honestly. Sometimes I just go for a look that I find hot, which is also most of them. It's kind of hard to make a character in this game who isn't hot, which, like, hey, I'm all for that. So, I like this one, but come on. Half-elf? That's kind of boring. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Actually... yes. Let's venture forth. I love the design of this ship, the Nautiloid, because, like, I know this is not original to Baldur's Gate 3, I know that this is, like, I don't know when this was introduced in D&D lore. Like I say, I'm not really that well versed, but I know it's been around since, like, early, possibly the beginning, I think not quite, but a while. But it's still such a cool design, like, it's a spaceship that's a Nautilus. That's awesome. I love that. And Nautiluses are, like, one of the most underrated animals, because those guys are goofy, but really cool. This one's bad news, though. And of course, I just love the, like, spaceship that's a living organism trope. I think my favorite one is the Doctor Who episode Claws of Axos. It's got that, like, if you've ever seen 70s Doctor Who, it's got that, like, cobbled together out of random crap they found in the studio kind of look. And yet, somehow they really nailed the look of an organic spaceship, so if horrifying meat spaceships are your thing, Doctor Who, Claws of Axos, highly recommend. So yeah, that's the kind of commentary I'm doing here, is, I think that's part of the reason I wanted to do this as well, so I could just kind of ramble about stuff without being constrained by... Yeah, I can't really do this kind of commentary as, you know, in the Arena Let's Play, because I'm doing in character. So this is, yeah, really more kind of the laid back, relaxed almost conversational way that I want to be doing here. Just to be different. Different from my other content, obviously. Not different from any of the other billions of YouTubers, probably by this point, who are playing this game. Anyway, drama, action, excitement, high-stakes chase through various planes of existence. This is good shit. It's a good intro. You got out. Good for you. Yeah, I know we're supposed to be, like, paying attention to all the, you know, high-stakes action, hells and all the imps and all that shit, but, like, I'm just sitting here like, dang, lae'zel's kind of cute, right? Ooh, that's new loading screen art. Oh, I know they, patch 5, they changed the loading screen so, like, you know, it used to be you'd see, like, the Act 2 kind of locations as the loading screen, and so there's some kind of almost spoilers, at least in a very broad sense. And I know that they patched it so that those would be hidden until you, like, reach that point in the game. I didn't know they'd added new ones.
My head.
Well, apart from the horrifying brain parasite, Amity's in surprisingly good condition, and her lyre is in good condition. That is a very good thing. She's had that lyre for a very long time. She found it broken and beaten and missing more than half its strings in an alley when she was like 12, and that's kind of what started her, you know, her love of music. So she's had this lyre for a while. It's kind of important to her.
I'll take that.
If there's one thing that she's learned from growing up on the streets of Baldur's Gate, it's that unattended shinies are always a good thing to pick up. Of course, she's kind of unlearned that to an extent, you know, now that she doesn't have to steal to survive. Generally prefers to...
Dead. Good.
She generally prefers to respect other people's property if she can. In this situation, however, yeah, I don't think rules really apply here.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Amity, investigate the pool. I think she is impulsive by nature, but has had to kind of learn to be cautious, and there's enough kind of overwhelming going on here that at least for now she's going to investigate. She rolls a 16, which is a success.
The casing is fragile. The slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
Yeah, let's not touch it then. I don't know what that stuff is in there, but it doesn't look good. Oh. Before I start going on, let's... Strider. Oh. Someone calling out. And...
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash into your mind.
Interesting. How do goblins end up... I mean, dead goblins? But how does that end up on a... this kind of place? I don't know if Amity knows what mind flayers are.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place you'll free us.
That is grim.
Exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please, before they return. They return.
Who am I talking to? A man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
Ah, well that answers that question. Now... yeah, I don't think Amity would destroy the brain, even if she, you know, knows this is something bad. She knows it's mind flayer stuff, and obviously they're bad news, but... I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Yeah, let's take a look. See what we're dealing with here.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
I can get advantage on that because she noticed the edema. That gets +2. I think the advantage gives me better odds. Now, is that enough? It is indeed. Ew. Gross. The worst.
The brain lifts from the
Ugh.
But you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient, should it prove a threat.
No. No, I'm not going to do that.
We are free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
I think Amity is definitely the type to look at a weird, gross alien brain monster and try to recognize personhood, I guess, or at the very least, you know, give it a chance to say what it is for itself. What should I call you?
Us. We are us.
Okay. What's at the helm?
The brain tenses, as though querying an unseen advisor.
Do you not hear it? We will not survive here. We are needed to navigate. We are needed to leave this realm.
Right. In absence of any better ideas, let's go.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
All right. Strange little brain creature. How about I play you a song? Just to, yeah, put some pep in your step, as they say. Don't know who they is in that context. Someone says that, presumably. This way looks like the way forward. It looks like a bad and unsafe way forward, but it is... Ooh, that frame rate's not my favorite thing.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh, my head. What is this? Squall, you are no thrall. Blackett blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
I think... Yeah, Amity's going to start by asking, who are you? Because she wants to make friend.
Who am I? Your only chance of survival.
That's sort of like a friend. What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers.
Turning into mind flayers? There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
Yes, combat. Not something Amity particularly enjoys. She generally tries to avoid a fight if she can. She's not really the best with actual combat. She can, however, say hurtful things to people. It's not her favorite thing to do, but you know, she can.
You can send an elf to sleep.
And being a bard with all the bard magic, saying hurtful things to people is in fact an effective combat strategy. Can I get us? I think I can get us close enough to, yes. That's gonna be like, yeah, we'll provoke an opportunity attack if it tries to run away, which won't really matter because it's gonna die right now. Might not have, though. There's a, what, 5% chance? That's a little embarrassing, honestly, missing at that range.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
Surprisingly adequate in battle. You know, that feels a little insulting, but is honestly a fair assessment. Ooh, healing potion. A little bit of gold.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
Yes, let's get a rapier going, and before I forget, she seems like the kind of person who would want to be able to get to the baddies quickly in a fight. Let me see if I can do something about that frame rate. Okay, so I think I've sorted the performance. The main key is to just drop the resolution down. So I'm now playing the game at 1080p and not my monitor's native 4K. I wish there was an option to change the like the game resolution while preserving the UI resolution, because like I'd like to have UI in 4K. There's no reason that can't be, and then just have the game in 1080p, because I don't need this whole scene to be rendering. Like, this is enough pixels. I can see what's going on perfectly fine. This is good. I don't need more than this. The UI, with its like text and stuff, it's legible. It would be nice to have it a little bit crisper. So it'd be really nice if there were an option to, you know, that a lot of games have that. This one doesn't. It has the oh, what's the fancy this thing, the NVIDIA DLSS, which is kind of supposed to do that, like lower the resolution and then upscale it, and it's like it doesn't give nearly as much a performance boost as just turning down the resolution, and it doesn't really look all that great anyway. And this the fact that it's not an option annoys me. Anyway,
Gauge machinery. I can make no sense of it.
well, it has labels on the buttons.
Another mystery. Can't read this script.
It has entirely unhelpful labels on the buttons.
Man isn't dead, but he's totally unresponsive.
Well, there's someone here who is responsive. Can we help her?
You! Get me out of this captain! We have no time for stragglers.
I'm not gonna just leave her. Amity looks for a latch that might open the lid.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
I mean, I'd prefer not to die, but I'm not going to leave her. I'll go look around. There must be some way to get this thing open.
Try that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in. Hurry!
Did not mean to skip that.
The console appears dormant.
Amity studies the strange console, looking for a switch or a release.
The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
Let's find something to fit in the socket. A key.
How many hosts of these gay infected?
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
I guess we've got 2 people to rescue from Mind Flayer pods.
Could mean anything.
Only one thing for it, I suppose, is to push the button and hope for the best.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Shit.
Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
We need to get out of here before it's our turn.
Shit, I'm sorry, I didn't... guess we're back down to 1 person to rescue. A strange energy buzzes through this alien object. You're sure you've never seen any of the like, yet part of you recognizes it as a component of some bigger machine.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Let's hurry back and hope that this goes a little better.
The console appears dormant.
Amity inserts the rune into the socket.
The console hums to life. But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive or transform her like that other unfortunate?
That is a good question. Probably a good idea to try to have some idea of what this thing is. Ah, 3. That's not a lot.
Nothing in the appearance of the device betrays its purpose. It could do anything. It could even transform the occupant of the pod, like what happened before.
Ah, shit. Well, okay, so either I walk away, the ship crashes, and this woman dies, or I walk away, the ship doesn't crash, and this woman is stuck in the pod and dies, or I press the button and she turns into a mind flayer, or I push the button and she is free and doesn't die. I guess there's not really anything to lose.
Suddenly you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Amity focuses on this connection and wills the pod to open. That is a very low number, but it is enough.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
At last. Thought I was done for. I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a gift with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Admittedly, Amity doesn't really know anything about the Githyanki, but she doesn't like that tone. She doesn't like that xenophobia. You got a problem with Githyanki?
More that Gith have a problem with everyone else. But there's more important matters right now. Survival. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Do you feel what I felt just before? We were in each other's heads.
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. But that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or not?
Alright then, let's get going. I'm Amity.
Shadowheart. One moment.
What's that?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
So, serious question. Do mind flayers just only abduct astonishingly hot people? Because, Amity's noticing a definite pattern in that regard. I don't know what the deal is with these folks, but they look like they might need help, so let's start pushing random buttons and see what happens, because I don't know what else to do.
Psionic energy radiates from the prisoners, but they do not react. The machine made them hostile.
Oh dear.
You listen. All nothing wrong, Red Clapper.
That's, not exactly what I was hoping for. It's a nasty crit.
I will ascend. My path be true.
And she... She can't shove him into the... This should... yes. Well... That's a shame that had to go that way, but... That's what that key was for. I don't think I need a brain in a jar.
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries of darkness.
Hey, I have a brain and a Githyanki warrior. I think I'll pass on the centuries of darkness, though, thanks.
We're nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Kanyank.
Can we not fight each other?
Do it. We will deal with the gate after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves! We will connect them.
We need to get out of here, now.
Listen!
This whole room looks like bad news. That was a good roll. That wasn't. Could have been better. Does this thrall have anything? Not really.
Swift and lethal.
Let's go for this thing, the boar thing. With that vicious mockery disadvantage, it's gonna be less of a threat. Still not a threat, though. Are you kidding? Yeah, good thing I got that, got a new friend who can heal.
I am fury. I am death. On the move. What path lies before me?
That looked like it hurt. I don't think I want to get too close to them.
I am fury. I am death. Taking position.
Hurry, before they strike.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead.
Okay, looks like equal chance to hit either of those, so let's go with this one. Got him.
Victory awaits.
And you have a go at the Hellbore. And now... yes. Well, Amity
There's nothing.
goes for the transponder.
The helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time.
This doesn't seem safe. Well, at least it appears we've made it to a plane that is slightly less on fire. That's a definite improvement.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Amity looks over herself, checking for injuries.
Other than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through, but it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
Alright, that's gonna do it for this first episode of this series. Or at least I hope this will be a series. I want it to be a series. Do let me know in the comments what you think of this kind of style that I'm doing here. I know I mostly do the very in-character, strictly in-character commentary, and this is quite a departure from that. So I don't know how much this will appeal to my, core audience, I guess. But I think from at least my perspective as the one making all this, I think it'll do me good to have the variety. Of course, I'm still going to be prioritizing the Elder Scrolls series. That's the main focus, but doing this feels a lot less like work. Because it is a performance. When I'm playing the arena Let's Play, I'm having to constantly focus in character, constantly, like, be in Florence's mind, and for this, I can kind of be a bit more relaxed, and I think that'll do me good. I think that's something that I quite enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love doing the Elder Scrolls, like, strict in-character stuff. That's a lot of fun, but it is work. This is also fun and is less work, so I think... So I'm gonna keep doing this, but let me know what you think of it, just so I know, like, how much I should try to prioritize this. It's not gonna be #1 priority, that's Elder Scrolls, but I could be persuaded to try to stick to an actual schedule with this, because currently I'm thinking of just doing this as and when I feel like it and have the time, which isn't exactly great for business, but, you know, not that what I'm doing is a business in any sense. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.